Hello, welcome to Coach Mal's Strength Workout. So today is all about strength, no cardio, but at the end we have something called hardcore. Called hardcore for a reason. It's not easy core, it's hardcore. All right, so what we're going to do today and what you need today. 2 rounds. There's 3 rounds total, but the first 2 rounds are similar. We're going to do a lower body, an upper body, a lower body, and upper body. 4 different moves. 40 seconds on, 15 seconds off. What that means is if you have different size weights, you will have a chance to change your weights between the lower body moves and the upper body moves. Usually you can go heavier with the lower body than you can with the upper. It all depends on what the move is. So 40 seconds on, 15 seconds off, you can change weights if you want, and we do that 3 times, 30-second break in between. Then you have a nice long break while I explain to you the moves that we're doing for round 2, same format, lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body. And again, you will have that 40, 15, so you could change weights in between if you would like to. I will tell you right now that there are 2 moves in the second round that are on the floor. I will show you alternatives for anyone who does not do floor work. All right. Next, we have hardcore. So we do each of those first 2 rounds 3 times, and then we go to hardcore. Hardcore, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 3 times through, 4 moves, no stop in between. So there's no 30-second rest. We go right through those 3 rounds. All of the work is on the floor. I will show you seated alternatives and standing alternatives today. So make sure you have a sturdy chair for that, not a folding chair, something with 4 legs, nice and sturdy. I use this chair that's over here. So it'll take a little longer to explain because I got to show the 4 moves on the floor. I got to show the 4 moves standing. So that's a nice time for you to take a little break, get a drink, all of that good stuff. Have a mat if you're doing the floor work, have some water nearby, get your pump up music ready, and a set of weights, at least 1 set of weights, but different sets if you have them. We will use heavier for lower body and go a little bit lighter for upper body. One of the moves that we're doing today has a hold out here, so make sure you have some nice light weights. Yes, I'm cold. I'm actually not cold right now, so I'm going to take this off, but I have 3 layers on. Don't laugh. I am always cold. So we're going to get rid of this one, and then I'll probably get rid of the next layer once we do our warm-up. All right, have some water nearby, weights, pump up music if you need it, mat if you're going to do floor work, chair if you're not going to do the floor work, which I better move that so that when I need my chair, it's not falling off. I will show you standing options for the floor work. We have floor work in round 2 and round 3, so I will give you alternatives. Looks like it's time. All right. Oh, and right up there, if you could see it, right there. Fun new little thing that my dad made. I know you probably can't read it from way over there, but he did it with his 3D printer, and it says, Coach Mel's says, be healthy before you need to be healthy. So a nice little addition to my workout area here. All right, let's get started. It's time to go. All right, as always, march it out. You can jog this out if you want to. Swing the arms, lift the knees. Here we go. Remember, this is a timed workout today, which means you move at your pace, come out wide. You do not have to keep up with me when it's a timed workout. You get in as many reps as you can. But today is about lifting those weights. In 4, out 4, in 2, 3, 4, and out. Really focusing on muscle mind, right? So I always let you know where the squeeze should be. That's the muscles that we're working. Let's go to singles. In and out. In and out. Excellent. Tap that heel out in front. We have calf raises later, so we want to make sure we get those calves stretched. Good, good. And kick it back. That's it. And last, let's kick it over to the side. Straighten that leg, point the toe. All right, keep those feet out wide. We're going to go into a little side lunge pulse. Now, we do have side lunges in the first round. Your form here is important. A lot of people struggle with this form. It's pushing the hip back, shoulder, hip, knee, all in a straight line. When we get into this round, and I'll explain it more when we get there, but we're going to do one side for 40 seconds. Second time through, we'll do the other side for 40 seconds. And then the third time through, we will alternate sides. All right, from right here, bring those feet under your hips, hinge forward, flat back, straight legs, stretching the hamstrings, upper back of the leg. So one of our moves on the floor is really concentrated on the hamstrings. I will show you a standing version of that as well. Good, let's get two more here. Last one. So I was just thinking of something as I'm doing this, which I didn't mention. If you have any type of small ball, this is for a standing version of an exercise. A small ball that is squeezable could go in place of a weight when we get to a chest move. Keep rotating, come up off of that back heel, reach across. All right, let's reach up and up. Good, really stretching, a little bit of a lean while we really reach high to the ceiling. That's it. And let's reach out in front, pull back, squeeze, and release. Squeeze and release. And last one. All right, let those arms hang down. Do a little rotation. Just let the arms swing side to side. All right, let me bring you through round one. My water's in the way. I can't see my list. So round one, we're going to start with that side lunge that I just mentioned. So weights are going to frame your knee. That just means going either side. So we're going to start on one side. We're going to come out. Hands are just natural here. Try not to drop forward. We want to keep the chest up. Weight in the heel, my shoulder, my hip, my knee, my foot, all in a straight line. And then you're going to come up. So we're going to stay on one side the first time through. We'll move to the other side for the second time through, and then we'll alternate on the third time through. All right, second one. I got to go over to my wall and get some lighter weights because this is that hold with a drop. So arms right out at shoulder height. We're going to drop one and raise it, drop one and raise it. Now notice I'm not just doing this, right? I'm not just letting that weight drop down. I'm controlling the drop and raise. The other side is holding. If at any time that hold gets to be too much, just go to a raise and lower and just get rid of the hold. All right. Walking lunges. So I don't have a lot of room here. I know some of you don't have a lot of room either, but I can get 2 steps in. So I'm going to start back here. I'm going to take a nice long stride, go into that lunge, knee, foot, and then you're going to come up, turn around, go back the other way. Walking lunges. Oh, got some knee cracks there. All right, and then we're going to finish with bicep curls. So I can kind of go to a medium weight for that. Again, we're here for 40 seconds. I'm going to go this way. You can see my arm. As you can see it that good with a dark shirt on, but nice and controlled bicep curls. Don't over grip your weights. You don't need a strong grip on your weights, just enough to control them. Okay, I told you it would happen. Layer 2, off we go. And then we will get that timer going. We are starting with the side lunges, right? So lower body. Remember good form on this. I'm going to show you here. Toes are facing forward. I'm sinking my hip back. Ankle, knee, hip, shoulder, and then stand back up. All right. To get that timer going, we've got a 15-second count in. Decide what weight you want. I'm going to grab a quick sip here. Hands are just hanging down naturally. You don't need to reach or anything. They're just holding on to the weights. All right, starting in 3. I'm going to go this side first. And we're going to stay over here. Sink down into it and come all the way back up. Sinking down is in the heel. Push up off the toe. Out and up. No counting needed here. We are doing this based on time. We are halfway and up. Out and up. Nice and controlled. We're not rushing here. This is not a cardio workout today. Keep your chest up. There'll be a slight hinge forward, but we really want to focus on the leg. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting. All right. I'm picking up 3-pound weights for this one because we have that hold. So arms are going to be right out at shoulder height. Slight bend in the knees. We're going to drop and raise. Here we go. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. Good. Slightest bend in the arm. We don't want to lock it out. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. That's it. Halfway. Woo! Like I said, if that hold gets to be too much, go ahead and bring both arms down and do it as a raise instead of a drop. All right, we got 6 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and resting. Okay, walking lunges are next. So I'm going to grab my set of weights, bring myself over to one side, make sure that your area is clear, nothing. Now, if you can't do this, you could just alternate lunges standing in one spot. If you've got just a little bit of room, this is literally the width of this room. I get 2 steps. Drive it up through that front leg. Good. Try to keep the chest up nice and tall. My shoulders are staying over my hips. Don't lean forward into this. I see that a lot. People lean forward into a lunge. Keep everything in nice straight lines. 8 more seconds. And resting. All right, bicep curls. Just your simple, everyday, plain bicep curl. Palms are facing up. Remember, don't over grab. Elbows are staying right by your ribs. Slight bend in the knees. Up and down. Nice and controlled. Up and down. Try not to over grip the weights. You don't need to white knuckle it. Exhale on the up. Inhale on the down. Nice and controlled. That's it. All right, we got 12 more seconds here. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, we have a 30-second rest here. I actually got to put a little more water in my water bottle. It's getting pretty empty. We're going to start with those side lunges, but we're going to go to the other side this time. So I hope you remember what side you did, because we need to switch it up. All right, let's grab those weights. Get ready to go. And step out. Here we go. Out and bring it up. Out and bring it up. Good. Sink into it. You don't have to go super deep into this, but I really want you to focus on pushing the hip back and the weight into your heel so that you're squeezing from your heel all the way up to your glutes. I'm not reaching for my toes with those weights. I'm just letting them come on either side of my knee, which is where they naturally want to go, keeping my shoulder in line with that knee, and rest. All right, lateral drops. Getting those light weights out for this one. Into 1. Here we go. Remember, slight bend in the arm, slight bend in the knees. Drop and raise. Drop and raise. Excellent. Keep that going. Good, good, good. Woo! 12 more seconds. That burn starts to come in on that hold. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, go into those walking lunges. Grab my heavier weights. Come on over to the side. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Stay up nice and tall through the chest. And turn around. Again, if you don't have the room, just do alternating standing lunges. Reverse lunges. So step your foot back. Keeping that chest up. Good. We got 12 more seconds. Nice straight lines. Don't let your knees fall in or out. Keep right in line with your foot. And rest. All right. Bicep curls finishes our second set in round 1. Rotate those palms. Slight bend in the knees. Standing up. Belly button in. Here we go. Nice and controlled. That's it. Control on the up and on the down. 15 more seconds. Really thinking about squeezing the bicep as we go through this motion. 2, 1, and resting. All right, 30-second rest here. Grab a drink if you need it. I'm throwing my headband on. Those little wispies going in my face, don't like it. All right, we start in 15 seconds. Now, because this is round 3 and we've already done each side, we will now alternate sides on these side lunges, coming all the way up to the center in between each one. Starting off this side, here we go. Side, bring it up, step out to the other side. Nice and controlled. Weight in the heel, push the hip back. Shoulder, hip, knee, toe, all in alignment. That's it. Nice. Drive up through. 4 more seconds. 2, 1, and resting. All right, we got that lateral drop. Bend the knees, putting those heavy weights down. Arms right up at shoulder height. If you're going way over shoulder height, your weights aren't heavy enough. Here we go. Down and raise. Down and raise. I purposely went light here because of that hold and that long lever, which means from my shoulder out to my hand. A long distance there. All right. Keep it going. 12 seconds. And 4, 3, 2, last one. Grab those weights for your walking lunges or your standing lunges. Either way is fine. Just doing some lunges, keeping the shoulders up over the hips. Don't lean forward. Here we go. forward and up, forward and up. Excellent. Keep it going. A little more and rest. All right. Last one in this round is our bicep curl. Palms rotated out. Elbows stay by the ribs. We start in 2 and 1. Nice and controlled. That's it. Keep it going. All right, last 5 seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Resting. All right. You guys take a nice break, but make sure your eyes are on the screen because I'm going to show you our moves for the next one. 2 of them are on the floor, so I'm going to show the floor version, and then I'll show you the standing version. All right, calf raises. We're going to hold our weights right here. Calf raises, first one, toes are facing forward. So make sure you don't do that, right? We don't want to roll out. We want to come up nice and straight. We're then going to do pigeon, and then our last round will be duck. All right, so just hitting it in 3 different ways. Second move is a hinged. We're going to have our weights here. We're going to go straight back and then out wide. I'm going to show you this way because you can see how my arms are going straight back and then come back to the front, and we're going to go out wide. All right, up and back at the same time, squeezing the back. All right, for the floor moves, I'm going to stop the timer because I know I'm going to run out of time in this explanation. All right, floor move, first move we're going to do is a hamstring curl. So you're going to lay on your belly. You're going to take one weight, and I'm going to go this way so you can see, and you're going to put it in between the arches of your feet. You're going to lay on your belly. All right, you can put your head on your hand, and we're going to curl up and down. Stop right before you touch the floor and squeeze up and back down. All right, make sure you've got a good squeeze, not only on the weight to keep it held, but squeeze in the glutes, squeeze in the hamstrings. So that's floor move number 1. Floor move number 2, you're going to flip over, and we're going to do a wide chest press. So weights are in line with your chest, and we're just coming up and down. Now push your back into the floor, engage the abs, protect the back, and we're coming over the chest. All right, not over the shoulders, but over the chest. So you're going to have your 1 weight for your hamstring curl, and then 2 weights to do that chest press. Now, if you are standing to do these 2 moves, first one, I'm going to put handprints on my mirror over here again. I haven't cleaned them off yet, though, so that's okay. First one, hands on the wall, bend the elbows a little bit. You're just going to be curling here. Unfortunately, you don't really have a way to add a weight unless you have an ankle weight. If you have an ankle weight, go grab it and put it on your ankle. But we're going to stay one side. And as you lift, I want you to really squeeze the back of the leg and the glute. As you do that curl, I squeeze at the top and then release. Round 1, do one side. Round 2, do the other side. I should say set 1, set 2. And then the last one, you will alternate on those squeezes. Now, second one, this is where I said if you had a ball, I'm going to grab my ball over here. If you had a ball, it would be helpful. If you don't have a ball, I'll show you the alternative too. So we're going to put the palms against the ball, elbows out, and you're going to push in and squeeze. So we're working the chest muscles here. Push in and squeeze and release. Push in and squeeze and release. If you do not have a ball, that's okay. Take 2 weights. Don't do anything too heavy because it's not about the weight. We're going to put them together and you're going to push your palms together and release. Push your palms together and release. Now, the weights aren't going anywhere. Obviously, they're touching each other. But what you're doing is you are squeezing the muscles of your upper chest. Put this back on as you are pushing them together. Okay? So those are the alternatives. We are going to start. What are we starting with? Oh, yeah, calf raises. You can go heavy on this. Those calves are lifting your body weight all the time. We're going to do toes forward first. Feet are under the hips. We're going to go straight up. Make sure you're not rolling to your pinky toes in 2 and 1. Raise, little pause at the top and lower. So there's definitely some balance involved here. Raise and lower. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to do that to your ankles. Keep your ankles nice and straight. Little pause at the top. Now as you come up, it's not just your calves, right? Squeeze all the way up to the glutes. Let's get that whole leg doing some work here. I try to put that little pause at the top. Sometimes it's hard. Keep that going. 3, 2, and 1. I didn't talk about weights for this next move. I'm going to go kind of my mediums because we're using the back. Back's pretty big muscles. Slight bend, slight hinge. Nice flat back here. We're going to go press back first. And now wide row. I'll show you here. Back first. Wide row. Good. Keep the knees slightly bent. Nice flat back. Squeeze. Good. So you're getting a little bit of tricep in that one too. But really work in the back. Especially on that wide row. Good. Back. Don't let them swing. Control your weights. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And resting. All right. We got to come down to the floor. Or you are standing against the wall. Getting ready to do that hamstring curl. All right. Down we go. And squeeze. Not a lot of time when we got to get into this. Push your belly into the mat. Really think about squeezing the legs as you pull that weight up. I probably could have gone heavier. Squeeze and release. Nice and controlled. Squeeze and release. Rest your head on your hand so it's comfortable. Squeeze and release. Excellent. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release that weight. Switch to your weights for your wide chest press. I put them too far away. Onto your back. Push your belly button into the floor. Hands are in line with your chest. 2, 1. Here we go. Again, if you are standing, you are either squeezing a ball between the palms of your hand, or you are pushing 2 weights together, really focusing on the chest. On the floor, don't let those elbows rest on the floor. You're going right back up. And release. And release. And release. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, take your time coming up. We got 30 seconds. I'm going to use one of those weights for my next time doing that hamstring curl because I could have gone a little bit heavier on that. But that's what you do, right? Adjust yourself round by round as you need to. All right, I'm just going to leave my mat here and stand at. We are doing pigeon-toed calf raises. So toes in, grab those weights. As we're starting in 3, 2, and 1. So again, nice and straight. Try to get weight on all the toes. And a little pause at the top if you can. This one for me is a little bit harder on the balance. Having those feet close in like that. Whoopsie. Up and down. Keep that going. All right, 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and resting. All right, we're moving to that push back and wide row. Got weights all over the place here. Slight bend in the knees, slight hinge. Keep that back nice and flat. Here we go. Push back, wide row. Push back, wide row. Back, row. Good. Make sure that you're not pulling up into your neck. You're pulling back and up at the same time so that you're squeezing between your shoulder blades. 10 more seconds. And 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, down on the floor we go. We're going to do that hamstring curl, or you're standing. If you're standing, switch legs. Don't have much time here. 5 more seconds. Make sure you got a good grip on that weight. All right, here we go. Up and down. Should be right at the arches. And if you have sneakers on, you should have that nice little indentation right at that spot. Makes the weight sit in there nicely. Control both directions. Squeeze all the way up to the glutes. Keep your belly button pushed into the floor. Nice and controlled. Don't let that weight drop. Hold. Control on the way down. Last 1, 2, 1. And resting. All right. Flipping over for that wide curl, or I'm sorry, wide press, chest press, or you're squeezing the ball, or squeezing your weights together. In 2, 1, here we go. Again, slow and controlled. Push your back into the mat. Control on the way down, stopping right before your elbows touch the floor. Keep it going. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, last one, and rest. All right, little 30-second break here. Again, think about those weights. We have one more set of calf raises. This time it's going to be duck, so heels in, toes out. Balance should be a little better. And this is our last time through round 2. Heels in, toes out. Hands are by your side. Here we go. Raise up, bring it down. Up and down. Again, caution rolling yourself out. Keep everything nice and straight. And I want you to squeeze all the way up to your glutes. Control. Try not to just flop yourself down. Excellent. Almost there. 8 more seconds. And resting. Okay. Switching over to that push back and wide row. A little bend, little hinge. Palms are facing behind you. Here we go. Push back and row. 2 moves. Push back and row. Straight arms on the back. Out wide. Notice the weights are staying underneath my elbows. Nice straight lines here. Back and out. Back and out. And we got 3, 2, 1. Resting. All right, down on the floor. Or if you are standing, you are alternating your hamstring curls this time. Third round means you need to alternate. Alternate those hamstring curls. If you're on the floor, get yourself set. Here we go. All the way up, all the way down. Push that belly button into the floor. Squeeze from your heels all the way up to your butt. Exhale, control that down. Stop right as it gets to the floor. Bring it back up. Excellent. Keep that going. 10 more seconds here. Last time on this round. 3, 2. Let's get this last one. And resting. All right. You are either squeezing a ball, squeezing weights, or you're down on the floor with me doing a nice wide chest press. Remember, your low back is pressed into the mat. Engage those abs. Hands are over the chest. Here we go. Nice exhale. Good. Don't lock those elbows out at the top. Stop right before they are perfectly straight. Keep it going. 10 more seconds. And rest. All right. I'm going to stay down here. Yep, I could see my board. I'm going to stay down here to show you the core moves on the floor. And then I will come up. We'll stop the timer. And I'll show you all the moves again. Most of them are seated. I think a couple of them might be standing. Okay. So first one on the floor, I'm going to go this way, is a straight leg full sit-up. Now, you can do this holding a weight at your chest if you want. You don't have to. But legs are straight. I'm going to just hold my hands here so I don't use them for momentum. Push your abs into the floor. Roll up through your back and sit all the way up. The first thing to hit is right here. Roll yourself down. Nice and control. All the way up, all the way down. If you are not able to do that, okay, you might not be able to. We're going to do a unique crunch. So we're going to put the bottoms of our feet together, and you're going to come here, and you're just going to roll to a crunch and back down. So roll your shoulders up and back down. That is if you cannot do the straight leg full sit-up. All right, second one, come down on your elbows. We're going to do bicycles. That's it right there, okay? Try to keep those legs up, and then we come down by the floor. I have my weight on my elbows, which are directly underneath my shoulders. Now, if you want to, a little more advanced would be to do it this way. Okay, that's an alternative as well. So lots of different variations here today, that's for sure. All right, next one. We are going to stay on our back. We're going to throw our hands under our butt to help keep our low back. We are going to tuck our chin. It's a crisscross, lower raise. Crisscross, lower raise. All right? You're going to stay there for that 30 seconds. Last one. Double heel tap back to center each one. I don't really know what I meant by that, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we're going to stay in that same position, which means our transition gives us a little bit of rest time. So we're going to do heel tap, double heel tap. So single, single, double. Single, single, double. All right? Make sure that as those feet come down, your back stays touching the floor. Okay. So those of you that are doing it on the floor, you get a break right now. For those of you who will be doing chair and standing, stick with me because here we go. All right. So first one, our straight leg sit up. We're basically going to do the same thing in the chair. Heels on the floor. You can't see my feet. I'm straight leg here. All right, there we go. Okay, that's better anyway because then you're going to see this. All right, I'm going to keep my hands here like I did on the floor. You're going to lean yourself back, keep those heels on the floor, and come back to a seated position. Back and up. That is your straight leg. Woo! Sit up. All right, second one, your bicycles. You're going to lean yourself back, put your hands on your chair. It's right here. So it looks very similar to what we're doing on the floor, right? Squeezing those abs as you pull your knees up. All right. Crisscross, drop and straight. So I don't really have a great exact one. That's where we're going to stand up and we're just going to do straight leg raises. So I'm doing a little bit of a rotation with my upper body. As I do that, straight leg raises. Show you from this way, straight leg raises. Nice crunch as we do that. And then our double heel tap, we are going to go back to the chair here, right? So we're going to do single, single, double, single, single, double. You can see it looks very similar. It's just that you're seated instead of on the floor. All right. I still have 30 seconds left on that. So figure out what you're going to do. I'm going to talk through the standing and sitting motions because I'm going to be staying down on the floor for this whole section, but I want to remind you of what you're doing. Hopefully I'll remember what you're doing. All right, first one is your straight leg sit up. So either seated, either seated or on the floor. You can use a weight if you want. And 3, 2, 1. Exhale, roll yourself up to seated. Now roll that back down. Low back touches the mat first. Don't flop up and bring it back down. Ooh. Big exhale as you're coming up. We got 10 more seconds here. And down. Up. And down. All right, come on back. We're doing bicycles. So you can either do it on your elbows, you can do it on your back and bring the shoulders up. If you're seated, you're bicycling in your chair. Here you go. Right here. So I'm kind of doing the mid one, right? There's the seated, there's this, and then there's this on the floor. A little tougher. You do you. I'm doing this one. Still feel it. Oh yeah. 10 more seconds here. Pull that belly button in. Your back is not on the floor, but you should still have your abs nice and tight. 2, 1, and resting. All right. Crisscross drop, raise, straight leg lift if you're standing. Hands under the butt if you're on the floor. Chin tucked. Here we go. Crisscross, drop and raise. Crisscross, drop and raise. Keep that low back pressed onto the floor, especially on that drop. Crisscross, drop and raise. Oh, goodness. Crisscross, drop and raise. 8 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right. Whew. Feet up, 90 degrees. Oops, sorry. Keep those hands under there. We're going to do single, single, double heel taps. Here we go. Single, single, double, single, single, double. On the double, really push that low back into the mat. Keep yourself in control. Look at the timer. 10 more seconds. Single, single, double, single, single, double, and rest. All right. Just a 10-second rest here. We are going back. If you're seated, straight legs out in front, you're hinging back until you almost touch. Here we go. Roll up and roll down. That's it. Nice and controlled. Big exhale on your way up and roll it down. 10 more seconds. And 4, 3, 2, and I'm coming down to my elbows for my bicycles. Whew, nice deep breath. So your back is nice and flat. Bring those legs up. Here we go. Bicycle it out. Good. If you need to here, you could tap a heel on the floor. Right? So you can do it that way as well. You can also come all the way down and do a little shoulder lift while you are bicycling. We got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Laying down, hands are under the butt. Standing, if you're not on the floor, standing, straight leg lifts. 2, 1, here we go. Crisscross, drop and raise. Crisscross, drop and raise. I call it hardcore for a reason. Good. 10 more seconds. 3. Let's get one last. 2, 1. Oh my goodness. All right, keep those hands there. Knees are going to go up to 90 degrees. And you look at this one and go, oh, that's an easy one. Yeah, they're not easy. Here we go. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. I want you to focus on keeping that back on the mat for that double. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Single, single, 3, 2, 1. Resting. All right. Last time through. Full sit up. If you're in your chair, legs are out straight. You're leaning back until you almost touch. And go. And down. Really curve that back on your way down so that the low back touches first. All right, 4 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, elbows for bicycles. Or sitting bicycles. Or all the way down. Here we go. When I get tired, I try not to look at the clock because I hope that it's going by quicker than it really is. I can see the color of it out of the corner of my eye, and I know when it goes gray, it's time to stop, but I'm not looking at the time. All right, I did, and rest. All right, crisscross, drop and raise. Woo! I'm not cold anymore. All right, tuck the chin. Here we go. Crisscross, drop and raise. Crisscross, drop and raise. Now, if you need to, you can put your head down. If you put your head down, it's really hard to keep that back on the floor. When you lower those legs, 8 more seconds. 2, and 1. Woo! All right, last one. Single, single, double, heel taps. Legs start up at 90 degrees. In, go. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. In the chair, make sure you're holding on as you lift both feet up. You're lifting instead of dropping. Oh my goodness. And done. All right, I'm going to stay here just for a second. Those of you who are standing, just stand up nice and tall. Wow. I don't know about y'all, but I am sweating from head to toe. All right, while you're down here, those of you standing, just give us a second because we're going to enjoy being down here on the floor for a moment. So my heels are in, my knees are out. I'm giving a little press out on my thighs, really getting down into that groin area for a stretch. Woo! Rotate those ankles a little bit. All right. Go ahead and roll yourself up to a seated position. Woo-wee! Slowly bring yourself up. We will get into our regular old stretching. All right. Split stance. Roll those hips under. Shoulder, hip, knee. Nice straight line there. Push your heel to the floor, hinge forward. And now rock back on that front heel. You can reach towards the toe or just put your hand above your knee and hinge forward. Nice flat back. We work those hamstrings, stretch them out. Other side. This is a long workout. Sorry, a lot of it has to do with all the explanation though too, because I have to do the variations. So we're almost at 50 minutes right now. Heel down, hinge forward. That's okay. We got it done. It's all good. Rock back on your heel, hinge forward. All right, feet out wide, toes facing forward. Come on over to the side. Push your hip back. And let's go to the other side. Come on up to the center. That's not normally what I do, is it? No, we stay here. We lean forward, reach those arms out. I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. Rotate your toes out, hands above your knees, roll that shoulder forward. Other side. Now roll yourself up, feet in, arms out wide. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Hands out front, palms out, head down. Squeeze your hands and pull apart. I really want you to feel that in your upper back. One arm across the chest. Pull it in with your other hand and then sink it down. Cross on the other side. Pull it in, sink it down. Oh, pardon me. Up and back, give a little tug. Other side. Let's blast it up with a big inhale and bring it down. Woo! Well, that was a doozy. All right, I hope you all enjoyed that. I know I did. So glad that I came here and did this with you today. I hope you're glad that you came too. And I hope to see you again here real soon. But first, I got to tell you, we did the hard work here. Make sure you also do the hard work in the kitchen with that food that you eat, right? Start with portion control. That's probably our number one. And then work on things from there. All right. I am here to help you be healthy before you need to be healthy. Hope to see you again real soon.
Have a great day, everyone.